The success story of the founder of the famous Kentucky restaurant chain. The success story of Harland Sanders, the famous white-haired old man whose image symbolizes the most famous fried chicken shops of Kentucky, who achieved his dream and fortune after the age of 65. A story that lets you not stop, no matter how old you are and your despair, the road never ends. The success story of Sanders, the founder of the famous Kentucky restaurants, who suffered a lot of difficulties and circumstances to succeed. Born in 1890, Sanders grew up in a poor family, was the mother of a coal miner who died, and Sanders was 6 years old. The mother had to go to work so that she could take charge of the house and the expenses of the children. Sanders couldn't find a way to take care of the house and his younger siblings, while the mother was away from work. He was forced to feed his brothers and cooked at the age of 7. He always cooked several delicious dishes, including fried chicken. Sanders also worked in more than one career after his mother's marriage, and then joined the army at the age of 16. He took more than one job, starting with a coal server for a river ferry driver, then selling insurance policies, then went to study law, sold tires and worked as a manager at gas stations. Sanders started his small business at the age of 40, selling delicious fried chicken pieces to travelers at train stations. The Sanders project lasted for 9 years, mastering all the secret blends of fried chicken, now used in popular Kentucky restaurants consisting of 11 spices. At the age of 45, the governor of Kentucky gave him the title of Contiel for his skill in cooking fried chicken. After a while the train was changed, which was selling to passengers the fried chicken pieces that he cooked on his car, resulting in a few customers buying from it, and so the debt swelled on him, and he had to sell his car to pay taxes and debts. He thought about staying at home and waiting for social insurance, but he realized that he is still 65 years old, and still able to work and achieve himself, and so he started putting his idea to all the big restaurants, and met the fried chicken pieces made by all the investors of the owners of restaurants, and over the course of 12 years, there are 600 restaurants selling chicken. Harland Sanders. At the age of 77, he decided to sell all his property to several investors for $2 million. It then became a joint stock company that was sold for $275 million, and in 1986, Pepsi bought it for $840 million. At 90, Sanders cut nearly 250,000 miles to visit all of Kentucky's branches in more than 100 countries around the world, with more than 33,000 workers. A great success story in struggle. No matter how old you are or your despair and loss, you can always start over, and the famous old white-haired Sanders, whose image symbolizes the most famous fried chicken shops of Kentucky, is proof of that.